If you look at most primates, the orbitals around their skull are not reinforced with bone. They actually come outwards. They're external. Ours are internal, and we have all this hardy bone around our head, which kind of promote it. And if you look at a primate skull, the forehead is actually flatter. It doesn't come out. And so the more males that have been able to compete well, that can hunt well, that can see well, that can talk well, after and we're talking thousands of years, guys. Like, we're talking hundreds of generations. This takes a long ass fucking time. But the males that can withstand more blows to the head more efficiently, more bone starts to adapt. Those males live, and every generation the skull got more protruded forward and forward and forward, which also made space for the prefrontal cortex to start growing more. And that's where thinking, calculation, problem solving really starts to happen in the prefrontal cortex. So it's a double feedback loop. So the males that have more hardy bone that can take the punches to outcompete also were the males that had more space for the brain to start growing, and only those ones reproduced. All the other males who couldn't, they all died out. That's why we all have this natural innate ability to fight and think. It's in our DNA. It will never go away. It would actually be very bad for male health and female health for this to go away. So what we need to do is we need to actually move away from war that creates fatality and get more into competition that keeps people alive. And I think there's a reason. I think, well, there was, because right now it's not going in that direction. But if you look at the rise in superpower warfare, dramatically started to decrease the moment real heavy martial arts competition started to increase. Because now we have a space where males can compete in a way that doesn't equal death. They can survive. And you can compete again. You can redeem yourself. So there's a feedback loop where we have a space to express this. Now, when you get into war, that's a whole nother crazy, complex sort of issue that I haven't quite fully understood. But the answer is, will it ever go away? No. Violence will never go away. But can violence be controlled in a way so more of us live? Yes. That is the way, as Mandalorian said. That is the path we need to push things towards, because that's how we have world peace. Just like that's how we have horror movies. Why do we like horror movies? Why do we like movies where people are getting like their heads cut off and their interested, like Saw, like the guy's cutting his arm off, because it represents an artificial expression of experiencing gore and horror, which is a huge part of our lives before modern society showed up. We were gutting deers, we had to kill other rival tribes. Like, experiencing grotesque gore was just a part of being an animal. But now we don't experience it anymore, so we need something to see it, to get that reward mechanism satisfied.